Good morning from Angkor Wat, and we are here early to see the sunrise. And as you will see now, we are not alone. One of the things you can do after the sunrise is you come to the left and they have a little market here where you can get yourself some breakfast, coffee and breakfast before you go into the temple complex. And that's what we're going to do right now. To note, see what Jeannie's wearing? You have to cover your knees in order to go into this complex out of respect. So
this might not even be acceptable.
Yeah, that might not even. We'll see. But at any rate, that's a point to note. So one of the things you want to know is there's no rush here at Angkor Wat. It gets so brutally hot here that you really can't survive more than half a day. By 12 o'clock, it's so brutally hot, you should be done. I don't know if you can tolerate anything more. So you come here early in the morning, there's really no reason to rush in like a lot of the rest of the tourists. After the sun rises, you have yourself a little breakfast, and then you go and let all the people go in, then you roll in. Hello. Okay, so this is a swimming pool.
The swimming pool
for the royal.
The royalty who take a bath, to clean the body,
Before praying.
Before they pray to God. Waterfly isn't wind. Those are the 4 elements.
Now, is this another pool for the royal?
Another one.
For the royal.
4 around here.
Okay, 4 pools for the royal.
Right, it represents the 4 elements.
For the 4 elements, got it.
Right. Some of the countries they have 5 elements, but in Cambodia we have 4. There's no metal. Metal is one of the elements in the 5. Sanskrit. Inscription was written in the 16th century when the temple converted to Buddhism. Where I'm standing right here is the center of Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat from the west to the east about 1.5 kilometers, so right in the middle here. So it would be about 750 meters long if you walk all the way from outside to the middle one. Yeah.
Over the main bridge.
Yeah, over the main bridge, the Rainbow Bridge.
Right, Rainbow Bridge.
Right. A lot of Cambodian people believe if you stand right on the central tower of Angkor Wat, make a wish, the wish will come true.
Well, we should go ahead and try that.
You can try it. Right here you can see one of the big Buddha and a lot of small Buddha around the big one. We have a lot of Buddha statue in the Hindu temple because Angkor Wat is converted to Buddhism. That's why you can see a lot of Buddha statues.
And again, they built all these stairs over the original steps to preserve them. And let me tell you something, these are really steep steps, as you're gonna see as we meander further into this complex. This is all under renovation here. None of those gates were in those doorways back then.
Thai people before Siamese back in the old days. They controlled Angkor Wat for a long time. And Siamese, they destroyed the tower of Angkor Wat. So this tower, it's supposed to be longer than a little bit.
And these are the pieces, right?
This is all the pieces of the stone from that tower.
So eventually they'll put that back together like a puzzle.
They are waiting for them back, but it will take a lot of time to put them back because they have to figure out which piece of. But you know what? When the old stone they are broken, they're gonna put it back. They're gonna put a new stone back there, and then they're gonna put it.
Like Jeannie just said, that's a good example of how steep the stairs are to get up to all these viewing points.
People have a possibility to make money. The man when he checked, the doctor doesn't tell the husband, but tell the wife. Your husband only have 2 months more.
Okay, so this is how the steps used to be, and this is what they built for the people. So we're gonna go up here and get a beautiful viewpoint. Budong's gonna explain everything as we get up there. Even these steps are very steep. So you hold on to the banister. You don't wanna fall. You fall, you're all done. Give you a slight jungle view.
Okay, so you're looking up there, you see the wooden door. It remained from the ancient time. So in that time, when the king comes, all the door open. Right, when the king left the temple, all the door closed. Right.
This is the main entryway, right?
Yeah. It's the library building on the both sides of the main causeway.
So this morning you saw the three main towers, and this one is the largest. The one in the center is the largest that we caught the sun rising behind.
The village is dedicated to Vishnu.
This is a perfect example of how steep it is and why you want to be very, very careful going down You fall down here, you're all done, okay? I guarantee it, you are all done. You'll be lucky if you're just going to the hospital. There's Jeannie. Okay, I'm gonna cut it here and then we're gonna go down these. Safe and sound.
Thank you. We are super out there.
No, it was from yesterday.
No, hello, Brown. Oh, no.
Yeah, we were sitting
Today.
You know, we were sitting
You know why they build a steep stair? To go all the way up there? Because the top, okay, we're talking about a stairway to go all the way up there. It's very steep and slippery because the top of building, it represents the heaven. So the stairway to the heaven is not easy.
Okay.
In Hindu, there are 37 levels to the heaven. Every stairway got 37 steps. And if you buy the ticket for one-day ticket, also costs $37. Type of stone to build Angkor Wat. Sandstone that you can see the black thing, and have a little moss from the tomb. And over here you see different type of stone we call lava stone. So one is a sandstone, one is a lava stone. We use the lava stone for foundation because it's porous, but you put them all together, all the pieces stick together. Right, and it's good for foundation, and lava stone can absorb the water. That's why they need to put water in the moat outside here. Right, so the water, it's go inside the stone, and the stone can support the heavy building. What is about 65 meters high, and the lower Cambodia, all the buildings in Siem Reap province cannot build higher than Angkor Wat. It must be below than 65 meters high to respect the ancestor to build Angkor Wat.
This is how they carry the stuff up, old school.
Yeah, level. Work for the reconstruction.
My knee hurt. Yeah, the chairs.
I should bring a Red Bull so we can cut it down.
To give our viewers a little perspective about time and heat. What time is it now?
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning, and what's the temperature now?
84.
84. By 12 o'clock it should be about 95 and we'll be done.
Look over here to see the beautiful carving, and this is the procession of the king Suryavarman II who built Angkor Wat, marching to the battle. So you can see all these people, not Cambodian people, they are Siamese. They come from Thailand, and they have Cambodian people. What you call them mercenary.
Mercenaries.
My king hired them to fight against the enemy. So they got money from us to do something for us. That's why they walk in the front of the line to go to the battle.
These are soldiers of fortune.
Yeah, yeah. So if you move back a little bit, you can see Cambodian people, because this is the procession of the king. So the Cambodian people who hired the Siamese to fight for us, so they walk in the front of the line. Something happened to them, they die. Yeah. So you can see a man riding on the back of an elephant.
Yes.
They're the commanders, the big guys. So the normal soldier, like everyone, walk on foot to the battle.
Would this be another commander?
They have. You can count all the person who riding on elephant. There are 20, but one is the commanders of the Siamese of the mercenary, and one is the pieces of the king. The rest of them are the Cambodian commanders. Right. So they have 20%, the big person, and riding on elephant, but one is the Thai commander, that you call Siamese commander, one is the king, and the rest of them are commanders of the king. Right here you can see there are a lot of person who have a moustache, and they are the priests, and they carry one of the guys. He's the guru of the king. Guru, that means the teachers of the king. So the guru of the king also go to the battle too, but he doesn't walk by himself. And a lot of people carry the guru to the battle too. And he's very important. He tells how to fight. So he knows about the strategy, how to fight against the enemy. Right. And he tells the time, what time is a good time to fight against the enemy.
Once again, the guys who ride on the elephant are called the general commanders, And then you have other lower commanders that are on horseback. Now when you get over to here, as you can see, the picture is even bigger. You want to know why?
He's the king, and then you have more powerful than the rest of the commanders, right? And then if you look at it for a little bit, you can see the flag of Cambodia in that time. Well, the flag, you have a big pole, and then have one of the God Vishnu, the god of protection in Hinduism. He's standing on the Garuda. So this is the flag of Cambodia in the reign of the king who built Angkor Wat. Right, so that's the pictures of the king. We always talk about the king Suryavarman II who built Angkor Wat, but we never seen the pictures of the king. But now you can see him. He's right here. Right. If you look over here, this is another pictures of the king Suryavarman II. He's sitting on the throne, and we have been talking to the man with the book. He's the fortune teller. This guy.
Right.
Fortune teller. And they all the general commander from different provinces of Cambodia before they go to the war, to the battle. And the king discussed with all of them how to fight against the enemy. And after that, after discussion, they all walking down the mountain because this is the activity of the king and the commanders on the mountain. So they're walking down the mountain and marching to the battle. So this is the way down the mountain.
Right.
You see this? Right. But you look down here, the king's on the top of the mountain, but if you look on the foot of the mountain, you can see a lot of women.
Looks like dancers.
They're not dancers. They're the lady, but most of the lady, and she's a queen because the king, Suryavarman II, he had 9 wives. So all the queens were carried by people to the battle too.
So that's the queen right there.
That's the queen over here.
Got it.
And then some of the lady carried food in the basket to support the
troops.
military,
Right.
the troop at the battle.
Got it.
Right. It's amazing because in that time when the war happened, even the king, even the queen, everyone around the king go to the battle. So what they have to do something for their empire, protect for the empire.
Everybody has a job.
Have a job, right?
As you can see, there's a wave of tourists coming in, wave of tourists going out. Pick the time you're comfortable coming. Again, there's no rush whatsoever. Here's a nice example of a rooted tree. So the far side is where we shot the sunrise this morning, which is a perfect location if you want to get the sun coming up over the towers. Now, if you want to see the sun coming up with the reflection, you park yourself right over there where those people are. And it'll reflect off the pond. 25 years ago, this was what we came across to enter Angkor Wat. And this is traditionally the main walkway to get in. It's under construction right now. They're redoing it. So they built this floating bridge right now for everybody to come here and leave. Of note, these bridges that cross over and these waters that separate them, they filled them up back in the day with crocodiles so that the invaders couldn't wade across, swim across, but they were loaded with crocodiles. We couldn't show you this morning because it was too dark out, but this is our tuk-tuk driver for the day. He's the husband of our tuk-tuk driver from yesterday. And he has 2 tuk-tuks. The one that we were in yesterday is the one his wife runs, and this is his, which can hold more people. And
What's your name again?
Sakkan. Okay. And this is our tuk-tuk driver, Sakkan. Okay. And
the white name,
Siem Reap, right.
Right.
Right. And we have him for the whole day. And you can as well.